Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving into a really fascinating shift happening in business technology right now. I'm sure you hear buzzwords like agents, RAG, and React thrown around all the time lately. But what do they actually mean for our daily work? Well, today we're going to explore exactly how our digital systems are evolving from passive tools that just sit there waiting for our instructions into active, autonomous agents that actually think and act on our behalf.
Okay, let's just quickly look at our roadmap for today. We'll start with managing the digital firm, then step through level 1, language models, level 2, AI workflows, and level 3, autonomous agents. Finally, we'll wrap up with the agentic future and securing the new era.
All right, let's kick things off with section 1, managing the digital firm. To really get where we're going, we've got to anchor ourselves in how businesses traditionally manage information. If you look at the classic framework, management, organization, and technology all flow together to create an information system. For decades, that technology piece was completely static. It was just a database or software blindly executing our exact commands. But that box, it's fundamentally evolving. It is literally gaining the ability to reason.
So to see exactly how that technology box is evolving, let's break this down into a simple 1, 2, 3 learning path. Think of this kind of like gamifying our journey through the AI landscape. We're going to build from the chat boxes you probably already use every single day, all the way up to the bleeding edge of the industry.
Moving right along to section 2, level 1, language models. At this baseline level, we've got tools like ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini, and they are fantastic at generating text. But here's the thing. It's a strictly passive system. You have to provide an input. Say you ask it to draft a polite email requesting a coffee chat. The LLM produces an output, and it's highly capable, but it just sits there and waits for your prompt. And what if you ask it when your next coffee chat actually is, and it doesn't have access to your calendar? Well, it fails. Which brings us to section 3, level 2, AI workflows. To fix that blind spot, we level up, and we encounter this very intimidating-sounding term called RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. Honestly, it's actually incredibly simple. RAG just allows the AI to retrieve your proprietary data, like peeking at your Google Calendar or pinging a weather API, before it responds to you. It's just augmenting its generation by retrieving the facts first. Now, when you string a bunch of these actions together, boom, you get an AI workflow. You can use automation software to fetch news links, send them over to an AI to summarize, draft a LinkedIn post, and automatically schedule it for 8 a.m. every day. But, and this is a big but, a workflow only follows a predefined path set by a human. This is what we call the control logic. Step 1, do this. Step 2, do this. Even if there are 1,000 steps in the chain, we humans are still the ones having to design every single twist and turn.
All right, section 4, level 3, autonomous agents.
Workflows are undeniably great for efficiency, right? But what happens when that automated social media post just isn't funny enough? Without human trial and error to jump in and fix it, the workflow is totally stuck. And this is where we make the massive leap to level 3. The one change required to move from a static workflow to an AI agent is that the human decision maker is replaced by the LLM itself. The AI becomes the iterating decision maker. It transitions from being a passive tool to an active agent, figuring out the path on its own. So how does it actually pull that off? Well, it relies on a fascinating concept called the REACT framework, literally reason and act. An agent receives a goal, reasons out the most efficient way to achieve it, acts using digital tools, observes the result, and then decides if it needs to try again. Say you ask an agent to find a video of a skier. It reasons what a skier looks like, acts by scanning video frames, and observes the results. It completely critiques its own output, which removes us as the bottleneck entirely. Let's look at section 5, the agentic future. So what does this actually look like out in the wild at a global scale? Well, at their recent I/O keynote, Google revealed an unabashedly agent-first experience with systems like Anti-Gravity 2.0 and a personal AI called Gemini Spark. These agents run 24/7 in the background on dedicated virtual machines. You can literally give your agent a complex task, close your laptop, and just let it work asynchronously. It can spin up sub-agents for apartment hunting, manage a universal cart that tracks price drops across the web, and even synthesize your emails into an actionable daily brief before you even wake up. It's wild.
And look, these are absolutely not just hypothetical lab tests. Google showcased agents dynamically coding interactive search widgets on the fly to explain complex topics like astrophysics. In one crazy demo, an agent built a working operating system from scratch that could play the game Doom, because, of course it plays Doom. Even more practically, they demonstrated audio smart glasses that saw a user walking toward a coffee shop and autonomously ordered their usual nitro cold brew via DoorDash without the user ever touching their phone. That is the React framework living and breathing in the real world. Finally, Section 6, Securing the New Era.
Seeing all of this, it's pretty much impossible not to just pause for a second. With models seamlessly morphing reality and video edits, and autonomous agents running amok in the background, we've got to talk about security. To manage this absolute flood of AI-generated content, the industry is scaling verification tools like SynthID. It embeds content credentials to show you exactly what is real, if a photo came from a physical camera or if it was generated by AI. Major players like OpenAI, Cocoa, and Eleven Labs are adopting this right now to create a unified standard of truth online.
And that security is absolutely crucial because of where we're heading next. Google's leadership recently pointed out that we are basically standing in the foothills of the singularity. Artificial general intelligence, AGI, is on the horizon. If built correctly, it is a massive force multiplier for human ingenuity. AI simulations are already creating digital twins of the Earth to fight deforestation, and they're modeling molecular interactions to accelerate cancer drug discovery. The stakes here, quite literally, could not be higher. So as we wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with this final thought. Think back to that classic business framework we started with. When the technology box in our organizations gains the power to think, iterate, and act autonomously, whether it's ordering a coffee or trading thousands of stocks, where does the buck stop? Understanding how these agents work is a great first step, but deciding how we govern them, that is for sure the ultimate challenge for the future of the digital firm. Thanks so much for exploring the AI evolution with me today.